Hey guys, it's JStars360 here, giving you guys my thoughts going into Thor: Dark World. Movie's coming out in a few days, and I figured I might as well give you what I'm expecting going into it. But first, I'm going to give you a bit of context as to how I felt about the Thirst 4. Very briefly, if you want more in depth, I'll have a link in the description below to a written review I did of Thor. So, real quick, I thought Thor was going to suck. It looked really stupid, but I wound up really enjoying it. Thought Chris Hemsworth did a really nice job as Thor. Kind of like the story. I like how they did a fish out of water story. They almost kind of did the Hercules story, where it's a guy trying to restore his godhood, and I thought they did a really nice job of it. Overall, it was a great, really enjoyable film. Stood well on its own, and the bonus is that it was set up for an Avengers movie, but it worked well on its own. Did not feel like it was tying into the Avengers at all. But yeah, so Thor 2. I'm really not that excited for it. I mean, hoping it's gonna be good, but at the same time, I'm not expecting that much out of it. I mean, part of it's again, I think part of it is due to the fact that this really doesn't seem like it's going to be that interesting of a movie. I mean, it looks like it's just going to be Thor fighting the Dark Elves. Also, again, it's riding off. I really can't see how they're going to continue the story. I mean, it just seems like a movie to hold us over until Age of Ultron. And again, but keep in mind, I had my doubts at the first four, so it could be the same here. So I'm hoping it'll be fun and entertaining, but I really don't expect much out of it. Again, Thor is probably my least favorite of the Marvel superheroes. I'm trying to figure out whether I like Iron Man more or Captain America more, because Iron Man's cool, Robert Downey Jr. is awesome, but at the same time, I think I can identify with Captain America a bit more. But yeah, Thor is probably my least favorite. Let's see. I do like how they're going to do a lot of on-location shooting for Thor: Dark World, so that's going to be cool to see. I've always preferred practical sets, makeup, costumes, and on-location shooting as opposed to CGI, so that's great to see. It's going to be curious to see how this movie builds off the Avengers. I'm trying to think what else. Again, hopefully it'll be fun and entertaining. Hopefully it continues the story, although again, it's probably just going to be fun and action-packed, hopefully. I'm a little concerned because apparently they were working on this movie when the Avengers came out, and at the time they didn't realize how popular Loki was. So they were done. So after Avengers came out, they realized how popular Loki was. So then they went back and shot a bunch of additional scenes with Loki. And they don't have much to do with the movie. They're just mainly there to please fans. And I'm worried that these scenes are going to be too frequent. They're going to feel really out of place with the rest of the movie. And that at the end of the day, and they're just going to feel really out of place. And again, they're just going to feel like they're just stuck in. They're just entertain Loki fans and just slow the movie down. It'll be like The Hobbit. There's those random scenes that have nothing to do with anything, or Despicable Me 2, where they had random, which I am going to review at some point, by the way, where they have a bunch of random scenes that don't have anything to do with everything and just feel like filler. So that's concerning. Also, Kenneth Branagh's not coming back, which was a shame because he did a really nice job with the first one. Because again, it was Thor as a Shakespearean way of talking. Kenneth Branagh, I think that's how you pronounce his name, has done film adaptations of Shakespeare, so he was more than qualified to do it, to make this movie. I'm sorry I'm blanking out. It's like late at night. I'm tired, but I want to get this video done. Now, also the fact that Natalie Portman wants to drop out also concerned me. Also, I think they changed directors partway for production, so that has me kind of concerned. But yeah, I mean, again, I'm kind of getting tired of the superheroes. I mean, not really. I mean, they haven't gotten bad. They aren't bad, but yeah, I mean, they're clearly just making these for money, but hopefully they'll just do the meme. Hopefully it'll be entertaining, like Iron Man 3. I'll walk out glad I saw it, but again, at the same time, I'm not expecting much. I mean, am I going to go see it? Yes, I'm going to try and see it opening weekend, but, it's going to be more obligatory. Like, I'm seeing it because it's a happening movie, and, it's such a big part of the Marvel Universe. If I don't see it, obviously, I won't. When Avengers 2 comes out, I'm going to be missing some out. I could be missing out on a vital piece of story. Oh, yeah, one more thing I want to bring up I was excited for. Thor and Loki teaming up. I always like it when the hero and the villain team up. That uneasy alliance. That's, like, one of my favorite cliches. Like, I loved it in Teen Titans with, minor spoiler, Robin and Slade. Oh, yeah, minor spoilers all around for this bit. Also, Into Darkness, Kirk and Khan, Avatar: The Last Airbender, the episode where Zuko breaks Aang out of prison, and I'm guessing at some point and that brief fight in season 2, and I'm guessing briefly in some point in season 3, Zuko and Aang are gonna team up. I don't know. I'm on season 2 still of Avatar: The Last Airbender, but yeah. So again, I'm mainly just seeing it up as an obligatory thing because it's a big movie. Also, I'm a fan of the comics. I mean, I read a lot. Mainly, I read a lot of Spider-Man growing up, and I've read there's these essential Thor comics which contain 20 or 30 issues of a superhero, but it's in black and white so they can print it cheaper. I picked one. I was in a comic store. I saw one and I picked it up and just read through some just to get a sense of how Thor was in the comics. But yeah. Wait, also one more concern I have. I'm worried Loki's going to be playing to the fangirls a little. Tom Hiddleston's going to be playing to the fangirls a little too much in this movie. I feel like first movie, very restrained, very good villain. Second one, he was just straight up villain. And this one, again, he'll just be like, yeah, you like me, guys? Yes, you do. And I'm sorry if I'm rambling a bit, but again, I'm not really going off any sort of script or any. I have an outline, but things are just popping in my head. One thing I have, when Thor goes no in the trailer, I'm wondering if they're talking about Natalie Portman. If a major death's happening, like the trailer implies Natalie Portman's gonna die. I hope it's not true. I'm hoping they're faking out, or hopefully maybe no one dies. It's something else. But one fear I have is Loki's not gonna be in Avengers 2, so maybe Loki's gonna redeem himself in this movie and then die a tragic heroic death, and that's what Thor's saying no about. But it's all theory. But yes, again, gonna go see this movie obligatory. Just letting you guys know, there's something coming up this weekend that may or may not that could affect me and prevent me from seeing it that weekend. So I may not get a chance to see it when it comes out in theaters immediately. It may be a couple weeks, or I might end up missing it entirely and just seeing it when it comes on DVD. So just so you guys know, life could get in the way and prevent me from seeing it. But I am going to try and see it opening weekend, don't worry. And so yeah, so you'll have a review of that. And also keep in mind that if I don't see Thor Dark World opening weekend, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. vlogs are gonna be on a hiatus until I see it, because the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. episode premiering next week is gonna be affected by the events of Thor Dark World, so I'm not gonna watch it because I don't want the events of that movie spoiled. Again, I don't know how much they'll spoil it. I mean, it would be cruel if they spoiled it in the episodes, because not everyone's going to get a chance to see it opening weekend, but, just to be on the safe side, I'm not going to see it. So, yeah. Also, there's a Winter Soldier preview beforehand. If it's playing at the theater I see it in, I'll review it, although I might just walk out of the theater at that point, because pretty much I made this point. They previewed Amazing Spider-Man before a movie, and someone was able to piece together the entire Amazing Spider-Man movie based on that preview. So hopefully Winter Soldier won't spoil anything, but you never know. Also, there's one concern I have, which is that the movie's been ruined for me because someone saw a trailer for Thor where something happened that could be. I haven't found this online, but I'm just worried it's ruined the movie for me. I'll just say it right now. So for the next 20 seconds, just just skip ahead to like 30 seconds while I spoil this. So apparently, there's a scene in Thor: Dark World where Loki disguises himself as Thor and takes Thor's hammer, and apparently that shows that the hammer chose Loki. So yeah, major spoiler there if that's true. I hope that's not. If so, I hope it happens early in the movie because otherwise I'll be thinking, when's it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? So yeah, yeah. I'm just gonna wait for it to hit 30 seconds. Okay, so that potential spoiler out of the way, I'm just gonna give you quickly how I think it's gonna do. I think the movie's gonna do pretty well. I mean, it's already made like 100 million overseas this weekend, so overall, it's probably gonna make at least 400 million, probably more than that, because a lot of people are gonna go see this movie. Because I mean, it depends on how much they liked Iron Man 3. I mean, if they liked Iron Man 3, they're probably gonna go see this movie. But I don't think there's any reason why this movie should bomb. I mean, unless word gets out that it's really bad or meh, I think it's going to do really well. I mean, they've been promoting this movie well. I mean, a lot of people seem to... It's building off... Hopefully it's building off the hype of Avengers, but again, probably going to make at least 400 million. Probably more than that. I don't think it's going to make quite as much as Iron Man 3, because Iron Man's the most popular Avenger, but I'm not saying it won't bomb. Again, it's going to do really well. Just not as well as Iron Man 3, because Iron Man's the most popular Avenger. And yeah, that's all I have to say on this movie. I know it was a mouthful, but again, I was rambling, and I apologize. But again, my thoughts going into video will hopefully be better, so yeah. So Thor: Dark World, are you excited for it, or are you just going along just to get it over with? Comment below, let me know. Like the video if you liked it, dislike if you dislike it, subscribe if you want to see more. And yeah, so Thor: Dark World, it's going to do well. Not expecting much out of it, but who knows, maybe it'll surprise me. This is JStars360, signing out. See you later.